Hiya Cole, great to do some work with you again on the range yesterday. Swing's coming along nicely, and the scores you're starting to shoot now are indicative of the changes that you've made. Much more consistent ball flight, much more ability to go at the ball hard without the fear of it going left, although that can be different with your driver, and we'll just go through that in a second or two. First thing we changed, we got the handle of the club forward. Moving the handle of the club forward is fixing this angle that we're trying to maintain through impact before we start the swing. We can see here with Grant weight, handle of the club forward, shaft leaning slightly towards his target. Even with driver, key thought, wherever the ball's positioned, we need to make sure that the handle is over the top of it. So always handle forward, key thought for you. Now then, when we look at your iron swing, this is coming on a treat now, and we're not dumping the wrist quite as quick. I'd rather see you, when we're working on this rehearsal, try and get the arms working in, because the left shoulder goes down rather than, the left shoulder is working down, but it's like you're pulling your arms in as well. Let the left shoulder, if the left shoulder works down, the arms will come in sufficiently. Having said that, when we get to the top of your swing, beautiful takeaway. Right arm could do with being a little bit straighter on the way back. So at that point there, I'd like to see that right arm just a touch straighter. Then as it folds, setting the club beautifully there. Really good position at that point, and we just get a little bit long on it. So if we can curtail the backswing to about that point, we're good to go. Having said that, when we start down now, the right arm starts to gradually expand. We can see as we're coming into impact now, the wrist angles are maintained much better than before. So at this position previously, at P6 previously, the club head would have been down here somewhere, would have been dumping the angles very, very quickly, and from there we'd have had that scoopy look through impact. Much better move. You can see there the right arm now is more of a gradual extension rather than running out very quickly from P6 to P7. As a result, there's much less forearm rotation, hence your ability to go at the golf ball harder without the fear of it going left. Now the follow through there looks a little bit exaggerated in regards to the rotation, and we'll come to that when we look at it from face on. With driver, the problem you've got is, well, one of the problems you've got is that first of all, we don't take the club back inside as much. It's almost like with driver, you're trying to fight your old swing. The club stays a little bit outside the line going back. The arms don't quite work in as much. The left shoulder doesn't quite work down as much. And as a result, as we approach the top, the arms getting a little bit upright, get a little bit long, and now it's a battle now to keep this club on the inside as we're coming through. We try to get it inside. We start to clear the hips a little bit too early, and then from there we've got to throw the arms at it on the way through. As a result, the follow through is trying to get a little bit more traditional, if you will. You can see there the club head starts to creep below your hands. So when we look at it from face on, one of the things we've got to do with driver, Cole, is move forward better. When we're coming into impact, we're definitely a little bit more outside on the way back. We definitely hang on to that right arm a little bit more in an attempt to keep the club on the inside, because we haven't taken it back correctly. So hanging on, hanging on, hanging on, hanging on. And the problem now is we're stuck. So what we've got to do is we've got to clear those hips quickly to try and get the club back online. Remember, once the hips stop moving forward, the club works left. And you can see as you come through impact, left foot spun out of it. We can see the spikes on your left shoe at that point. We've also got the hips back of that left instep, if you will. So I just put a line up there. We don't really move forward sufficiently. If we compare that to what we see with Grant weight, we're going to see again good backswing. Starts to expand the right side earlier. Moves the hips forward for longer. That's essential with driver. Now as he comes into impact, just through impact, We can see that the hips are in front of the left ankle as he swings through. It's a different finish position. You can see again his hips have carried on moving forward for longer during the downswing. The minute the hips stop moving forward, the club works left, and then depending on what we do with the club face, depends on where that ball ends up. The way we regulate the club face with driver is continue to move forward. Remember, what we've got to try and do, control the low point, and in turn you'll control the path of your golf club. With the driver, the ball's further forward in the stance, so to consistently hit out at it, we have to move the hips forward for longer. Good exercise for that. Well, two good exercises really. We need to stabilise the upper centre a bit anyway. Put the head against the wall, make some swings. That's going to do a number of things. It's going to stabilise your head position, stop you drifting off it a little bit in the back, in the downswing. It's also going to encourage your lower body to work underneath you a little bit more, a little bit better. Give you a nice feeling of an extension. But it's also, the other drill is to set yourself up, backside touching a wall, make some little swings and feel like your butt cheeks are both sliding up the wall, so we're moving forward more rather than turning more. We can see here we just look like we've overturned and we've not really moved forward enough. So we bring that down with both an iron and a driver. A little bit too much clearance too early. At the end of the day, the swing in general is coming on a treat. As I said before, your scores are also showing that. So good luck with the rest of the season. If I don't see you before, get it won in Blackpool, and look forward to working with you again in the coming months. Well done.